We're
Hello,
on. Mhm.
and welcome to another evening of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. We're back. We skipped the last couple of weeks for travel and cons and a lot of busyness. Thank you to those of you who joined our game tables at Louisville and at Tucson. Um, we had a blast. We had a grand old time, and I slept all day yesterday recuperating, I think. Um, Um, if you're new with us, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can join in the live chat. You can also check out our website at dndadjokes.com for other upcoming events, and you can catch up with the town crier, all kinds of stuff on that website, as well as links to other social medias that we don't use as often, but you can check those out. I feel like there's something else. Next week, I realize we just came back from a 2-week hiatus there with, well, not really a hiatus. We were busy. Um, but we're not going to be streaming next week either because, again,
I
have
gotta
to.
go home.
More travel involved. And
I got home.
unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, airlines are usually cheaper on Tuesdays. Um, so that is just something we have to work with, unfortunately. So we won't be streaming next week either, but thank you for joining us tonight and be sure to catch us in 2 weeks as well. We are in the middle or toward the end of our current campaign, the Gods Challenge, and we'll see. I don't know. We might have a month, maybe two left on this. Maybe. Okay. I got
Gotta
I
use
got
those level 20s.
okay, we'll see. Now I'll try to get you in there with level 20s and we'll try to run something with level 20s. So we'll see how it goes. But right now you're only level 17, so let's work on getting us there. Um,
I thought you were upgrading us today. No.
yeah, well, it depends on what y'all do today. You might get upgraded. All right. So tonight's session is called Machines. It is session 101. Oh my goodness, triple digits.
Millimeter longer, 101.
Oh goodness gracious. All right, so what happened 3 weeks ago? Um, because I'm sure even my players probably don't even remember. So Rhonda does because we watched the episode the other night. All right, so 3 weeks ago, you guys gathered information about the fields. Forsyth, you learned how to make an antidote for the poisons found out here in the fields, so that you have that knowledge. And you began your travel toward the spire. Uh, traveling across the lands, a traditional travel that you guys don't normally do. Traveled across the lands, ran across a few creatures, learned why it is the amorphous fields. Um, the lands shift and change unknowingly underneath you, almost swallowing to death at one point. Um, it's always Chuck's character. It's always Chuck's character. And during the evenings, Evangeline worked on TTC the second, and on some other nanite things as well, the communication that she's been working on. And Fix also forged on the tool some more on those nights as well. You eventually made it to the spire and discover that it is uh, basically a bunch of vines wrapped around probably what you believe is a monolith that is still floating in the air. And and a halo around it, basically. Forsyth flew up, found a possible opening to the halo that you might be able to get into, and Evangeline spotted a hole within the spire, which made her believe that it was probably hollow inside. However, to get to the spire itself, you have to cross a large field of what look like vines that are wiggling and wrapping around each other like a pit of snakes.
The pit of despair.
And that is where I know the shortest town crier ever, and I haven't even typed it into our website yet. But that is where we left off. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we have a choice, guys. We can either try to enter the spire and go up, or we can try to enter the halo and check it out from that perspective.
I still
Yeah.
cannot fly.
We can
You
get
still
you
cannot
up
lie?
there.
Oh, fly. Sorry. I
Fly.
thought you had turned into George Washington.
I cannot tell a lie. I
Cannot
thought that
tell
And
a lie.
and even that was a lie.
Well, we can get you up there.
But it
You
might
want to
be
go that route.
prudent. It might be prudent to check the spire first, because if we go up there, we could be leaving ourselves subject to a two-front battle.
Unfortunately, I think that's kind of a coin toss because the same can be said if we go here first.
True.
We don't know what is in either of them.
Very true.
So, but for the sake of ease, I say we check out the spire first.
Agreed.
Are we going to try to traverse over these wriggling vines and try to get in?
Vines are easy to take care of. Let me see if I can take care of them without fire, though.
Getting over them is easy. But
Well, you burn them out of your way. That's the easiest way to deal with vines.
you
Goodness
just
says
float over them.
I just
Uh,
levitate.
I'm going to actually um, ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna try uh that says we haven't had a long rest in a while, have we?
Well, we just took one.
Well, you
We
just
took-
took
Oh,
one.
we do.
Yeah.
Okay, because shows I had an 8th level spell used up, but I think
What
I
was
just
that
What was
spell?
it?
oh, it was probably I don't know which spell it was.
Oh, it's true. The box is just checked. It's not next
Yeah, the
to the
box is
spell.
checked.
What are the
Uh,
options, I guess?
Now
Just
the
click long
options.
rest real quick.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. I don't remember him casting a
We
spell.
didn't do anything since the long rest.
Yeah,
so-
the only thing
Yeah.
you've done since the long rest is you are in an air elemental form
Yeah.
and to check out the ring.
Yeah. So that's easy enough to do. I just take care of that. Okay, I'm going to try commune with nature. And while that is just a spell where it's where I would actually uh, talk with the vegetation or commune
How
with it.
how far across is where this is this vegetation?
I'd say probably about 30 feet around the base of the spire. So, like, it's a 60-foot diameter, but 30-foot radius to the spire. It's like around the spire.
Oh. So I could
So I'm
easily like take a running jump and
Possibly.
do levitate midair and float the rest of the way.
Quite possibly.
so this is a spell where
Or
basically it's
misty
for
step
knowledge
across.
gaining.
Okay.
But I'm going to look at basically
There's like 5 or 6 different ways to get across.
prevalent plants is the one thing I want to look at there. Whether or not there are any powerful celestials or fays, and what kind of influence might be there from other planes.
Okay. I have to check on the one.
But hopefully, in communicating with the vines, I'm
Here's
able
the other
to
one.
gain their trust, and they will show me a path through.
All right, you go ahead and you sit down and you cast commune with nature.
Give
I
me
have
a
to read
minute.
up on some things. Give you a minute. You learn that the plant here, the prominent plant is the one in front of you.
Right.
It is basically the mother, the hive, basically, of the prominent plants. These plants are vine-like in nature. You don't know their names right offhand, but they are vine-like plants that can move, that can detach and retach, and they spread their spores to grow more, and they tend to spread their spores in those of the dead.
Okay.
You sense no celestial fiend or fane, or fiend
Yeah.
or
Faye.
fae.
Yeah.
There's nothing of that nature here. And dimensionally speaking, you sense a presence for another dimension, but not that it's another dimensional creature.
Okay.
But there is essentially almost like an access to another dimension. You feel the kind of bleed over through your communing. You feel a bleed
Okay.
over a little bit with another dimension, but not
So we need to watch for a dimensional door or something like that.
something of that nature.
Okay. I will let everyone know what I found, and then I will try to determine whether this plant will allow us to have a path through. Because in communing with it, I'm able to let it know, there's a choice. We can force a way through, or we can accept a way through. And we'd rather, be kind.
You will
Kindness
see
is
them.
oh, but
Go ahead.
kindness is typically the best option.
Not always, but sometimes it is an option. Even with Jody.
Hey now. That's it. Y'all dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Film at 11. All right. So after a little bit of time, you get the sense that these creatures, they will let you through, but they will ask for
Something in return. Yeah.
nesting bodies. They wish to grow.
Okay. So any bodies we produce on our journey through this spire and halo, we will indeed bring down to you for your nesting purposes. And they will happen.
They will wiggle and they will squirm, and you start to see them kind of separate a little bit to kind of let you come into the center.
Okay, guys, let's go. Don't step on the plants.
We'll follow.
All right, you walk on toward the spire. You continue into the spire. As you walk in, you've got there is a decent hole there at the base of the spire that as you walk in and the sun, well, the light of day, you haven't seen the sun in a few days because of the cloud cover, but the light of day kind of fades outside and what light spills in. You walk into what looks like a cavernous hole. As you kind of look around, you see little bits here and there of like sprouting flowers in the base of this. And as you look up, you will see the tip of what looks like a monolith above you, like one of the floating monoliths that you've seen throughout the lands. It is probably about 50 feet, probably about 80 feet more above you.
Are there stairs or any
There are
other?
It just looks like these vines are just climbing up and they're kind of twisting around each other and whatnot. Once they hit the spire, it looks like they kind of twist around, or the monolith. Once they kind of hit that, they kind of twist around that as well. You could climb a vine and get up to it, but there's no actual stairs.
Okay. Do a quick investigation around the inside of the spire.
Okay, what are you looking for? Just
Uh,
anything?
looking right now as a general thing, just looking for anything out of the ordinary. Although this is all,
It all looks out of the ordinary,
yeah.
huh?
But just looking to see what might be there.
All right.
An 18
All right.
on investigation.
As you look around, you don't see a whole lot here, although the ground here seems to be more stable than the ground that you've been walking on. Um, so that you don't think this ground is going to shift or change. But this ground
Right.
is also fertile. You can see how the plants have gravitated here, or this
It's
plant,
fertile and our looks are furtive.
yeah, has gravitated to this spot. Um,
Right.
the only thing that you can kind of see around in here is that the little clumps of flowers, they are little clumps of flowers. They're not like scattered across the whole thing. It's like 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4
Okay.
here. They
So
are
a lot of
definitely
greens and then
combined.
some flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts, guys? I'm thinking climb the vines. For those who can't fly, since I'm still in air elemental form.
I think Evangeline is the one that we need to figure out how to lift her up.
How
Her and
far up
And
Buckley.
is it?
Buckley.
And Buckley.
How far up?
About 80 feet is to the tip of the monolith, at least. You don't see, looking from down here, you don't see any entrance into the monolith from down here.
Do we have any rope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all have rope.
Because somebody could fly up, tie a rope off.
Yeah,
leave
I
it
can.
down for the rest of us.
I think I'm still able to manipulate things as an air elemental.
Are there any in all of these twists and turns of this plant? Are there any flat spots?
Not that you can see from down here. You mean like landings, like cliff edges kind of thing?
Yeah, someplace where Buckley could land.
Not that you can see from down here. gonna try the rope thing?
Yeah.
All right. So you get a couple of ropes. You attach them together because you have 50-foot ropes. So you attach them together good, and you fly up, and you fly. You have to squeeze, but as an air elemental, you can get into some pretty tight spaces. So you fly up and you kind of squeeze in just a little bit around the base of the spire. And as you kind of move around the vines and whatnot, you do find like a cave opening almost. It's hidden from down below because of the vines, but you do find a cave opening.
Okay. I look for somewhere where I can actually secure the rope.
That's easily enough to do. You get in there, you
Okay.
find a rock that's kind of juts out that you can secure the rope to.
Something, a rock higher than I.
Yeah.
Oh, lead me to the rock. Okay. So that's basically what I will do is secure it to the rock that's there.
All right. You drop down the excess.
Yeah, I will throw down the rope.
All right. Before long, you do get a rope dangling before the rest of you.
I actually just activate my boots.
There's no place like home. There's no.
He doesn't trust the way
I trust your rope tying. It's my arms that I don't trust.
Ah,
That is
comprehend.
valid.
Hey, I'll just cast levitate and float up,
All right.
but I can use the rope to help guide me along the way.
Mm-hmm. Evangeline, do you tie it to Buckley?
I'm going to tie the rope to Buckley. And then I'm going to climb the rope.
All right.
And then we can pull the rope up, pull Buckley
With
up
Buckley
from.
up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
That's an 11.
Total?
Yeah, I rolled a 6 on the die.
Wow. All right. You start to pull yourself up. You are struggling a bit. You're not slipping. You're not falling. It's just taking you longer than you anticipate.
We're having coffee at the top. I'm
You get to the top finally, and the rest of them are done with their morning tea. They're packing up their rations. It's about time. And you pull Buckley up. Go ahead and roll me a strength with advantage because you have aid to help pull you Buckley up.
Oh, double 2s. I obviously need to move my.
Sounds like those belong in dice jail.
You are struggling to pull up Buckley. Is there anything anybody would like to do to help her pull up Buckley?
Are we on a flat surface?
You are currently on a flat surface.
I just cast Vortex Warp.
All right. Boom. Buckley's there. She's like, screw this extra effort.
Screw the spell slots.
She brings up Buckley. You are all standing in this, what looks like cavern, at the edge of the bottom of a monolith. It does appear that it goes deeper toward the center of this monolith. And then there's a set of stairs. You head on in.
Absolutely.
Okay. You're all very talkative tonight.
Think we're all tired.
You head on in and you head up the stairs of.
I'm not used to sitting in this dim light.
I'm sorry. It's the best that we can do. Be thankful they're even working.
I'm glad they're working. I'm just sitting someplace else. Aha. That's the direction.
So you go in, you begin to climb these stairs. As you climb these stairs, they look really rough and almost like just chunked out of the cavern itself at first. But as you continue to climb, they start to become worked. They're actually worked stone. You find yourselves eventually spilling out into what looks like a main square almost of a city, completely enclosed in the monolith. You can see the rock ceilings and whatnot. But it does kind of look like a main square. There looks to be like a fountain, and you're kind of coming out of what might have been a building at some point. Looking around, you will see not only the fountain like in the square, but around the square you will see a couple of other buildings. Some of them are collapsed completely. Some of them actually look like they have a complete structure to them. One of them looking rather ornate.
Interesting.
I will investigate.
All right.
That's a 27.
Wow. All right. You begin to move about the square to investigate. You notice as you kind of move up to the buildings, most of them are stone. The fountain, though, seems to be worked metal. Or what is fountain here? What you assume is a fountain seems to be worked metal. When you go to the opening of the more ornate one, you can see carvings and such around the opening of that, and a set of doors that are recessed. And you see that these carvings definitely remind you of some of the carvings that you saw in Saji. And they are definitely carved into metal. It looks like this building itself was metal. And the doors
Interesting.
themselves are also metal.
Don't everyone speak at once.
If you guys are waiting on me, you're going to be waiting a while. I'm taking notes.
Can you repeat what we found? I just want to make sure my brain is working.
Most of the buildings are stone. The fountain in the center is worked metal. The more ornate building has carvings in metal that are akin to Saji around a metal door. This building possibly is made of metal.
What type of metal?
Do you take a look at it?
I will take a look at it. Is it what he is thinking, hoping it is?
Well, go ahead and roll me your. I will let you roll your forging check because you work with metal through forging.
And while he's doing that, detect magic.
Good call.
I'll just watch their backs because there's not much else for me to do in this situation.
35.
Just on the off chance that you might roll a 1,
Well, I have advantage on forging checks.
oh geez. Why do I ask? Okay. Looking
Hey,
at
You
the
can
you
roll
gave
2
it to me.
ones.
You gave it to me.
I know. I am my worst enemy.
I have advantage on Numenera, so
All right, looking at this metal, you do see this is obtanium adamantine mixed.
I start trying to determine the difficulty to break this down into chunks.
With that forging check, you will find that it is nearly impossible to break it down.
Break it down.
Break it down. It would take quite a bit of force just to break it in general, like just to break the metal itself. But on top of that, if you wanted to separate the adamantine from the obtanium, that is
Who would want to do
near
that?
impossible. I don't know.
I you get the properties of both. Why would you
Uh-huh.
want to? No.
I'm gonna look and see if this door is able to be opened.
All right. You check the door. Kadeth, you cast detect magic,
Mm-hmm.
and glancing around, you sense an old dormant magic from the fountain. It seems very faded, like it's just old magic um, that has nearly run its course. Um, it's faded magic. It's an enchantment, and it doesn't seem malicious in any way. It's just very faded. Other magic that you're sensing is from beyond the doors, of which Evangeline is looking at. You kind of sense magic coming from there.
Okay.
The door does not seem to be locked. Do you like, are you gonna push it? Are you gonna,
Um,
I mean, it is a push door, as it says very clearly right there, push.
if nobody's tell me otherwise, yes.
Reminds me of that cartoon with the kid, the school for exceptional students, and the door says pull, and he's pushing it.
He's pushing it, yeah. So you push the door open. Uh, you you push the door. It is surprisingly light. You did not expect a metal door to be this light. All other metal doors and even wooden doors reinforced by metal, there's a weight to them, but this door seems super light. You push it open. It doesn't make a single sound as you push it open and
Makes a
reveal,
marriage sound.
yeah, and you see a foyer. It looks like a grand foyer. You do see little bits of light scattered throughout the foyer. It seems to be just magical light. Kadeth, you're definitely sensing magic off of those. They're enchanted. And the floor is probably a really nice marble. The walls glimmer a little bit. They are all part of that metal. They all have a shimmer to them. None of them are reflective like a mirror. So as you kind of looking at the metals and stuff that's here, you can tell that they were worked so as not to be reflective. That was intentional on their part. These two metals probably could be polished and shined and smoothed out to a point where they could be reflective, but this looks intentional. Fix, you can tell that right away too with your forging. You can see that this was intentional, like a specific type of buffing and stuff that kept it from being reflective. Um, in this foyer, you don't see any furniture. It is completely empty, but there are two doors straight across from this door. Like you're looking at a blank wall, but on either side toward the corners are two doors. One door here, one door here. And then one off to your right. there is a door in about the center of that wall.
So there's actually 3 doors?
Yes, there are 3 doors total.
So not just one door down, 3 doors down.
Yeah.
What's behind door number 1?
Depends. Which one do you consider door number 1?
Well, always from the right to the left, isn't it? No, it isn't
Oh.
always.
Not always.
Pick a door, Rhonda. Pick a door, Evangeline. Excuse me. Brain is not active.
Does one of these doors look more warm than the others? More
That's a very
used.
good question. As you kind of look around the room, the one to the right is probably the least used. But it's about equal between the other 2 doors.
Okay. Let's check the door to the right first.
Okay, the one
It's
that
the
has
one, it's the one closest to us.
all right, the one with the least use. All right, you check that door. It does appear to have been locked. I mean, it looks like it was locked at some point, but it's kind of off kilter a little bit where the locking mechanism is no longer in the wall. So it can be pushed open.
Okay, I will push it open.
All right. You push open that door and you see immediately shelves line the walls of this room. There's lots of shelves. There's a desk in the center, a chair behind the desk. There looks like to be a couple of other chairs kind of off to the side. This appears to be an office or at least maybe a small meeting room. Um, maybe a scholar or a sage or maybe even the ruler of the city. You're not really sure, considering this was kind of the fanciest building that you ran across in this square.
Are there any books on the shelf?
There are some books on these shelves, yes. Kadeth, you sense magic coming from the
I pushed
desk.
it out of the way and shut the door.
She just wants the books.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Oh,
What? Oh,
So we don't know if she really was doing that or not. I can't hear Jody.
she's not talking in here.
Oh, okay. No problem.
She's trying to yell to Rhonda.
Well, we know it's not an internet problem
Shouldn't be.
unless it's her on her computer.
Oh, I just looked at the YouTube.
Mhm.
Rhonda was upside down.
Yeah, she's upside down in here as well.
I see a black screen for Rhonda in here.
Oh, I see.
So do
her
I.
upside down. Oh, in OBS, she's upside down. I should clarify.
Okay.
Yeah, in Video Ninja, it is black screen.
Gotta love technical issues.
Yep.
These things happen. Why do they always happen to me?
Okay, she's gonna sign out and sign back in.
All right.
She thought it was
Sounds
something on
good.
my end. She didn't realize we couldn't hear her.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Zachary.
I don't know what happened.
It's a Monday thing on a Tuesday.
Oh man, it's gonna be a week of Mondays.
Yeah. Well, personally, I'm exhausted, so
There she is. Say something.
Something.
Okay, we got you back.
Yeah.
All right. You're in an office. Not sure what kind of office?
How come I have troubles even when I'm not at my office and my desk at my computer?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, if that one fails again, let me know. I'll bring you my laptop.
There you go. All right. So you're at the office. You're not sure if it's like the leader of this town or the sage or whatever. There is some books on the shelf. There's some trinkets, things like that. Kadeth, you sense magic coming from the desk. That's where we're at.
I'm gonna go take a look at the desk.
All right. You start to pilfer through the desk, and you pull out one of the drawers, and you see what looks like a scroll.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the scroll.
All right. You pull it up. You check it out.
If I recognize, if it's a spell, I'll see if I recognize the spell. If not, see what it might be.
It does indeed look like a spell. I have to get to my list.
Not great at Arcana, but I can try it anyway. Or if it's a cleric spell, I'm good at religion.
Religion.
it wouldn't be a druid spell.
Probably
I mean,
not.
cleric spells are less likely to be written into scrolls. But
That's what I'm saying. Druid spells are rarely ever put into
Yeah.
scrolls.
most divine spellers are not.
All right, you are going to open that up.
Because most clerics don't like to read. That's work.
I want it to be one of these. Go ahead and roll me.
Arcana?
Go ahead and roll me Arcana.
I got a 16.
16. You will find a spell that is Mordekainen's private sanctum.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. It's an interesting spell to just find a scroll of.
You find a scroll for a private sanctum.
Could be useful.
Hunting tonight on the old campground.
Evangeline, you go to the shelves of books.
I'm listening.
All right. You go to the shelves of books, and you begin to scroll through these books. You're in the Twisted Spire. Crap. That's not in that book. That's in this book. You begin to dig around in these. Okay. You find a. Did I not put? Yeah, okay. you find several books, not several, you find like 2 books. That's the Ancestry and Heraldry. It's like a 2-volume set. Ancestry and Heraldry of the Families of Varus.
Okay, ancestry and heraldry of what family?
Of the Families of Varus.
Varus.
Varis, and you recognize the name as one of the ancient cities, Varus.
Right. I don't have my notes.
Right.
Is that the town that was near Zybella's?
Now that was Philolio.
That was below.
No, the one that was destroyed.
That was Philolio.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So what was Varus near?
Varus was not near anything. Varus was here.
Oh. Ah.
When
So it
you
was.
yeah, you pull out your maps and stuff and you look. Varus was where the Twisted Spire is now.
Ah.
I'm going to start scanning those books.
All right. You kind of flip through some of those books. They have very unique heraldries and such. You you take some time to do that. What is anybody else doing? You see Evangeline pop out a couple of books. You see Cadet go straight to the desk and find a scroll.
They start reading stuff, and I'm just wandering the hallways, making sure nothing's following us or anything like that.
All right. Fix, are you doing anything in particular?
Is Forsyth still in his
Yes,
elemental
I'm
form?
steering air elemental.
Yep.
Forsyth, how nimble are your fingers in that form?
I'm not sure. I actually have never gotten into. As far as I know, I'm able to manipulate things, so I guess they're as nimble as my form's dexterity would allow. Let me take a real quick look at the form of an air elemental. The dexterity is 20.
Very nimble.
Very nimble.
Yeah, I can play a guitar real well. So guitar sad.
I'll motion towards the desk or whatnot and such and the drawers and say, mind seeing if there's any secret compartments, hidden keys, hidden documents, things like that?
Sure, I'll look.
And then as he's doing that, I'm going to look at the books as well to see if there's any on metallurgy or forging, anything of my interest. Not necessarily magic, because I don't need scrolls to know spells. It's just natural, weirdos in your books.
You know how to them there wizardy types and.
All right. Forsyth, you start fooling around, kind of getting in the little cracks and stuff and checking out
Right.
various things in the desk. You don't find anything that's not easily seen. You know, obviously the drawers and stuff, you pull them out to look in them, but you don't find any hidden crevices that might contain things.
Noted.
Fix, you will find among the shelves, you will find some metallurgy books. Really only one metallurgy book, and it talks about various types of metal, most of which you recognize. There's a couple that you don't. Obtanium is one of them that's in there that's not very prevalent in the present age, but that you're aware of and have worked with. But what's really interesting toward the back of the book, it kind of talks about how some of these metals' properties can work in conjunction to each other and even change each other's properties, much like just elements of nature can combine and create something new. And one such thing is obtanium and adamantine combining and creating a newer, stronger, lighter metal.
Does it give
But actually,
information on how to do so?
It does not.
But it is possible. I will take it and borrow the book.
All right. Sifting through other things,
Can
you
we see your
find.
library card?
Yeah, right. We need your card. Um,
It's right here. I hand them a bag of gold.
a bag of gold. Uh,
That'll
the
work.
rest, yeah, the rest of the books and stuff are things that you might normally see in like a library and stuff. It talks about a few other books talk about some flora and fauna. Some of them talk about, or some of them are like stories, fictional things, uh, casual reads. Some of them on histories. There are histories in here, um, much of which you recognize that you kind of went through in Shaji's library. Shaji had a huge library, and this seems very similar to it, just among the shelves. Very much lighter. It's definitely not a huge library. It's a small room. It's an office with lined shelves, but there are trinkets and stuff too. You see, I don't know, a figurine of a horse. You see a figurine of a griffin. Kind of lining the shelves and stuff. It's very decorative. Most of these books are also have a decorative feel to them. Um, Still unsure exactly what this office was used for.
I'm gonna move around to the books and just kind of, you know, move my finger over them, make sure that they can actually be moved and they're not like secret passage ways, and check the trinkets, see if there's any hidden doors and things like that.
As you move around the room, kind of checking some of that more obvious type of, or the things that you would think of to trigger something secret, you do discover that nothing is triggering anything.
You do discover nothing.
You
Okay,
do
gotcha.
discover nothing. Yep.
I'm gonna pocket those two books
All right.
and head to the door.
All right. You head to the door. Out in the foyer, it still looks the same. There's the two other doors that look highly traveled.
One's on the left and one's on the right, so to speak.
Yep. On
Since
the
we're
back
already
wall.
on the right, let's check the right door.
All right. So you go to the next door, which was in that back right corner. Um, the door is easily opened. Does not look like it was even locked. Um, you kind of push it open, and you see a hallway with a door to the left and a door at the end.
A door to the left and at the end.
Mm-hmm. The hallway's maybe about 40 feet to where it ends to a door.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep checking doors unless somebody stops me. Because
I'm going to watch your back.
I'm specifically
following
looking
them.
for an orrery.
I'm looking around as well, but I don't feel a need to separate.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So
All
let's
right.
open the door on the left.
All right. You open the door on the left, and instantly you see a table in the center of this room. It's kind of oval in shape. There are chairs around it. The table looks like it is part of the room, like it's not a separate table. It was designed in the room, so the table itself is also metal. You see that the ground is also metal. It looks like only the foyer was marble. Um, but all of the rest of this is metal. The table looks like it's shaped out of the ground. There are chairs around it. all of the walls are also metal, but they're lit, just like the foyer. You see a door on the far side of this room. This is very clearly some kind of meeting room. Like there's nothing in here except for a table and chairs.
It must have been drinking because it's already lit. But
Ah,
anyway,
ah, 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 ah.
I'll check that door.
Okay, so you go through the meeting room to check that door. That's a pull door. All these other ones you've been pushing, but that's a pull door. And you kind of poke your head out. You see another hallway. To your right is a door at the end of the hallway. And to your left is a door at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
You very quickly realize that both of the doors from the foyer will lead down and connect into this room.
All right. Which end of the hallway door do we want to check? This hall or go back to the other hall?
We're here.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, makes sense to me.
All right. You go to the end of this hall, which you are now on the left hand side, I'm going to say. You go to the end of that hall, you check the door, and it is not locked. You open it up. There is a small landing here. There's a door to your right almost immediately, and there's a set of stairs down as well as a set of stairs up. So you're like in the middle of like a stairwell almost.
And
You
you
got a
said
flight down and a flight up,
the door is to the right?
and there is a door immediately to the right.
Okay, this is turning into quite a little labyrinth for my tired mind.
Well, I can draw it real quick for you if you'd like
And
me
me
to.
with no graph paper.
You don't really need
Well,
graph
I
paper.
actually have graph paper, but it's in the other room.
I can draw it real fast. It's not much of a labyrinth. You're kind of running on top of each other. That's what confuses you.
Is the door to the right far enough away to correlate with the other hallway?
No, because you're not at that spot. I didn't draw it exactly right, but
Don't forget the arrow that says you are here.
yeah.
Right.
Right? I have to move my book before I flop it into the floor. Whoop. You are here, looking at a set of stairs and a doorway.
I say we
So,
finish that rectangle and go through the doorway.
Finish that rectangle.
this one?
Yeah,
This
that to the right. Yeah.
Oh, just go ahead and go through this doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You head into that door. That door leads into a rather large room that has a circular machine in the middle. There are lining some walls and stuff, some panels, some buttons, some things of that nature. There is, oddly enough, in this room, there are some circular stones that look almost diamond. They're probably a quartz of sorts. They're not a true diamond, but they are very large along the walls. Like there's maybe 3 on each wall. There are some panels. There are some levers, some buttons. The machine in the center has definitely a column that goes up. This looks like an orrery.
All right. look to Evangeline. You ready to get to work?
Let's do it.
We partake in the Wonder Twins high five or some
Wonder,
other
tw-
similarity.
Wonder Twins.
Because this
Right.
is on you two.
Love
It's
it.
out of my elemental.
And then get to work.
All right. You get to work on that. So go ahead and roll me your. I'll let you roll me your Numenera, and Fix roll me your forging. And Kadeth, you sense magic coming from below this room.
Okay.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
What?
That
I
bad?
did
With
not-
an advantage on forging?
Yes, I didn't. I didn't roll 2 1s. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Man.
Well, I rolled a 36.
All right, what'd you get with your inspiration?
A 33.
Okay. All right. Between the two of you, you knock a few panels, you readjust some wiring, you fix some what actually looks like nanites in here. You get them adjusted.
I'm getting good at them.
Yeah. And you hear a slight hum kick on. And Kadeth, you feel a surge of magic from below.
Okay. I'm gonna let them know that. You guys did
I'm just going
something.
to check the ceiling out and all because I got nothing else to do.
You check out the ceiling. There's no beams to sleep on, unfortunately, but
Is it now functioning?
it
Or
does
still...
appear to be functioning.
I'm going to see if
Yeah.
we can find the logbook, the maintenance logbook.
Yes.
You start digging around to find the maintenance logbook.
I'm going to do an investigation.
All right.
That's a 28.
28. All right. As you kind of dig around and you start looking around, you do indeed find a small panel that has a hinge.
I'll open it up.
It's not screwed shut or anything. You open it up and you do indeed find a logbook.
I'll go and look and see what the last entry date was, and what it says.
The last entry date, I have to locate. You have to give me a minute because I have to find the name. The last entry date has. Oh my gosh, where is his name?
On his birth
Kuros.
certificate.
The last entry date does have Kuros.
Okay.
Curros.
Yes.
And it is a date that's,
A while ago.
mid second age, early third age. I can't remember exactly where this all happened. My history's starting to get jumbled. It's just like real history class. No.
That's why I hated it when I was in school.
Oh. But you do recognize the name Kuros.
Wasn't
Made
he
those
the same guy
delicious
in the last
desserts.
logbook? I will let Fix make the entry into the logbook this time.
do you enter?
I'm going to enter it as Fix and ELF.
Fix an elf. All right, you enter in that logbook. Do you leave it there? Close up the panel?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And the orrery does appear to be running. You definitely feel the hum. You feel the energy that the orrery is providing. Kadeth definitely senses that magic below it.
Does the magic seem right compared to all the other ones we've turned on?
The magic seems right. It seems right in that you feel kind of the magic of the shield that you would expect, but
Right.
that extra magic that kind of bursts is different. That magic is more of a what is it? It's not transmutation.
Aren't we all that?
It's abjuration. It's all abjuration.
All abjuration.
Oh my
Did it-
gosh. Where is my?
Abdication.
I don't know what I did with it. It's abdication.
Abdication. It gave up.
It is conjuration.
Does
Conjuration.
could Ath inform us of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out that other book that we actually took from the last story and refer to it and see what the additional properties of this orrery were documented as in there.
The additional properties that were documented were, oh, I just found that page. Now I got to find it again. There it is. Strength, amplification, and teleportation.
Could conjuration magic be one of those?
Um, Anybody with any kind of teleportation type of spells, yes.
Yes, teleportation, or yes, teleportation is conjuration.
Yeah, and I have those.
Then this fits.
Everybody roll me perception.
26.
24.
12.
7.
I got a 1.
Oh, jeez. All right, Evangeline and Fix, you will notice almost, you will feel a minor tremor, like a mild earthquake almost. You feel a tremor, very faint.
I say we go up the stairs and see if there's a way to the outside from there, because we still want to check that halo.
Absolutely.
Before I follow, was there anything else in that desk where I found the scroll?
No, it was pretty devoid of papers.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's go. See what we can find.
All right, you head out the door and go up the stairs. Okay. You go out the door. You definitely have a set of downstairs and a set of upstairs. So you go up the stairs and you enter into another small room that has a door. It's only one door. Well, a small landing that has a door.
Open it.
All right. You open the door and you enter in what looks to be a living room almost. It's got a some couches. It's got what looks like a little fireplace that appears to be lit. That same magical flames that you've been seeing around this place is kind of flickering in the fireplace. You see a table. You see some chairs. You see paintings on the wall and a couple of doors that exit out of here. I mean, this could be anybody's home. I mean, that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like.
Does it look like it is recently lived in?
It does not. There is a fine layer of dust on everything. It's not super thick layer of dust, which you kind of don't expect it to be a super thick layer of dust being enclosed like this in the monolith. But it does have a little bit of dust.
If I don't see anything else interesting, I'm moving through the next door.
All right. All right, as you go through these doors, I'm just going to fast track this. As you go through these doors, you definitely realize this was a living quarters. There is a main bedroom. There is a guest bedroom, or what you assume was a guest bedroom, or perhaps children or another person that lived there. So 2 bedrooms, one of them looking like the main bedroom. You do find in here what looks like a lavatory. There says it's indoor plumbing. You do find also in here a small kitchen, a small dining area, and a small office.
In the office, Kadath, do you want to see if you detect any magic in here?
Yeah, I'm keeping
Yeah,
detect
he's
magic
keeping
going.
it going.
How
Uh,
small is small?
An average, think ranch style modern
Okay,
day
so
home
so
almost.
not like for a halfling,
No,
not that
it
kind of
would be
small.
human
Okay,
side. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that matters
It would be
somehow.
humanoid.
Any
Human size.
indication about whose living quarters these might have been?
As you're going through and sense it, you don't sense any magic in here aside from the random lit torches. You kind of sense a soft magic from those. Um, as you kind of look through and around, you're guessing that probably whoever runs this building, or perhaps maybe the head of this city or something, may live here. You know that you are basically above the orrery. Um, it must be somebody of import that they would live like literally above the orrery. Could be the person that maintains the orrery, could be the head person of the city, could be any one of those things, basically. Um, you check out the desk, I'm assuming. You will find some paperwork, and you will see it is written in an odd language. It is
English.
it is written in English. You have no idea. You've never seen this language before.
That's not common.
It's
I will
not
use
common.
my comprehend languages.
Okay. You will see that this is like an ancient. Those of you who know Draconic might, it's like, oh, it looks awful lot like Draconic, um but it is old, like an ancient Draconic. I gotta get to my page. Let me get to my page. You will find that these papers are kind of just daily duties in this house, um, and some various other things, some correspondence and whatnot. But a name that's very common is Shadeen.
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 Was that the great dragon?
Which great dragon?
The one
Oh,
who's
the great dragon. Um, no.
okay. Is this the dragon that we have heard of?
No.
Interesting. I will. Kadath, you're learned in the histories. Have you ever heard of Shadin al Dragon?
Do you want to roll a history, Kadeth, to see?
Yeah. I'm gonna use my inspiration on that one. Okay, that's much better. Because a natural one, I mean, it's still 15, but how about a 32?
Shnikes. Um, you kind of dig back through some ancient history that you have been learning for some time, well, some time ago anyway, and you vaguely you're like, yeah, I have heard of a Shadeen. There was a Shadeen that was referred to as at one point the mother of dragons.
Interesting.
You're not quite sure how she got that title because you do know that there are dragon gods and goddesses and things like that. That was probably well before this Shadeen, but
Was she a person?
um, well, in your histories, she was a dragon.
Oh. Like the first
Was
dragon kind of thing?
You're not really sure how she got the title Mother of Dragons. It was never really explained.
What age was she
Could-
from?
You think back, you believe this
before
was
the
like
ages?
first age, maybe.
Okay.
Death, was she possibly the mate to the great dragon? To the father? Is she the mother of our friend? Whose name I can't
Possible.
remember.
I don't remember it right offhand either.
Were they
But
were they mentioned together in anything?
Yeah, kind of digging through some of your knowledge with that 34, you believe that she was mentioned not in relation to the friend, but to the great dragon himself.
as in his mother?
Possibly. Could be, now that you're putting two and two together, could be. That's how she got her title.
Do you know if she perished or went into hiding?
Um, your histories tell you that she did indeed perish. Shortly after the city was destroyed.
I'm going to look for any other documentation that's in that same writing.
Okay. As you look around, you do see that a lot of correspondence, daily household duties, um, a register of like um, what seems to be payments or whatnot, maybe to servants, to supplies, things of that nature, things that would require you or be required to run a household kind of thing. Um, you will see correspondence between her and another. I forgot about what's his name. Whoop. You will see correspondence between her and Shay Marsk.
I'm drawing a blank.
If I recall correctly, that was the pretty much automaton that you met at the circus.
Oh. Huh. Anything interesting in those?
Mostly speaking of travel, one of which seems to be about the solution to the structural integrity of the buildings, aka the coming up of the which is mentioned in there, the coming up of the combination of adamantine and obtanium.
I'm not finding anything else, and I will move on.
All right. So you do a thorough look through the private quarters of who you believe is now Shadeen. And you head back downstairs. Do you go down to
Where
see
do
what's
I
under?
feel the halo is?
The halo is probably parallel to about where you are. However, having looked around the halo, it does not look like there is any direct connection to the spire itself. It's just floating there.
Was there any mention of the halo in any of the documentation?
There was not. Go ahead and roll me perceptions again.
Perceptions.
Perceptions.
23.
Ooh. 21. 21.
22.
Nice. What did you get, Evangeline?
Oh, a big old whopping 13.
All right. Everybody but Evangeline will fill a tremor. Fix this tremor is just a little bit stronger than the last one.
Is it coming from below or above?
You can't really tell. It's kind of like an earthquake. Everything just kind of shakes just a little bit.
Yeah, but it would reverberate in a direction.
It happens too quickly to really know which direction it's coming from.
These happened after we started. These started after we started the orrery.
Are the
Correct.
tremors coming from below?
You can't really tell.
The
However,
machine is probably creating them
with your perception,
or
Kadeth,
aiding them.
you do sense that with the tremors, there is something that kind of interrupts that conjuration magic with a different magic below.
I'm wondering if this is what the extraplanar activity was pointing to. I say to the others.
What do you mean?
Well, when I was talking to the vines below, there was an indication of an extraplanar influence in the area. And I'm wondering if this is related to that, and it's maybe either reaction or interaction with the machine.
Shall we head down and see what's...
I think that's a good idea.
Actually, I can go ahead and head down real quick while you guys are working, because I can do that at a pretty high rate of speed.
I think my only
Do
concern
we
with
have
that
any
is...
idea
Step
When
on
the-
each other.
when the orreries fell or stopped working, or and Saji disappeared. Do we know where that kind of started?
The order of history, the way you know
Yeah.
of history, the 16 cities were built. They thrived. They grew. They spread out to smaller, villages, things like that. But there were 16 main cities, and among those 16 cities, uh, 7 of them were destroyed. The other remaining 9 of them started working on orreries. That's when they started to work on the orreries. They got the orreries up, they got the orreries running, and shortly after they started running, Shaji disappeared, which put a hole in it, is what you're figuring. They put a hole in it. So their complete shield was not there anymore. Saji disappearing put a hole in it. And then the cities began to fall one by one through multiple different things. They didn't all fall at once. Some of them were destroyed from within, some of them through war, some of them through meteor showers, things like that, outside forces. None of them fell the same way necessarily, and they weren't all at the same time either.
If the plants are talking about extraplanar things, and when the orreries were put online and Saji disappeared and Saji is in a different plane, could something here have caused that?
Something at this city, maybe specifically, you're not sure, but something in this plane, possibly.
Well, we're feeling strange things after starting this orrery. We're feeling earth tremors. Kadath is sensing shifts in magic. Magic, which also would be teleportation magic possibility. Um, do we need to investigate the orrery more?
You could.
It seems there's something, based on what Kadath said, there's something that's interfering with the teleportation. Kadath, is what you're feeling something like something is trying to come through in a teleportation and is getting shunted because either it's too big or something's stopping it?
Or did okay, have I noticed any spots of magic that are well, no, I'd have to go down. Where is the teleportation part coming from? Like, is it
It
coming
is,
from below?
yes, it is beneath the orrery. So when you walked into that one area with stairs, you guys chose to go up and check out it's the downstairs.
I'm
that
gonna go
you
downstairs
think it's down there. Okay.
because I want to see if there's an area that's got magic, not just
Or could it be possibly trying to pull Saji back?
that. Well, or what I'm thinking is I found this scroll of Mordenkainen's private sanctum, and maybe that's causing an issue. Maybe somebody has cast that already
Okay.
because you can set up an area permanently for if you cast it on every spot for a year or on the same spot every day for a year. And one of the possible effects is nothing can teleport into or out of the area.
Okay. Well, we should
And
probably
planar travel, one of the other effects is planar travel is blocked. So I'm going to go down and take a look.
All right.
Find where the teleportation magic is, basically.
All right. Forsyth, you fly down there. you're kind of just a little bit of ahead. You see uh, a room. The stairs empty out into a room that's literally underneath the orrery, where there does definitely seem to be arcane symbols on the ground that look very similar to what you've seen Kadeth use in teleportation circles and such. Um, there are definitely arcane symbols on the ground. There is another, what looks like circular or maybe more oval portal almost on the far side of the room. As you guys come down, Kadeth especially, you come down, you sense there's definitely magic going on here. There's a sense of magic, the abjuration magic that you weren't sensing before, but now that you're down here, you can kind of see it. You also see the conjuring magic in the teleportation circle. It seems to be ever present almost. Um, it's it's not that it's flashing as if something's trying to come through. However, the portal on the far side you see is pulsating. And it's not, from your arcane knowledge, it doesn't look like somebody's trying to come through more than it's trying to pull something through it.
Can I tell what it might be trying to pull through?
You can't tell for sure. There's nothing there. There's nothing visibly there.
Okay, what are the things in the room?
It's an empty room. On the ground is the arcane symbols of teleportation circle. It is ever present. There's a faint glow
Right,
of magic, like it's just ready to go at any time.
right.
You just have to give it the command, basically.
But it's been activated essentially.
Well, it's ever present.
Well,
It's
right,
not,
but
yeah. It's not been activated as in like somebody tried to come through it just recently, kind of thing. It's not that kind of been
just a
activated.
teleportation
It's
circle.
just a teleportation circle. But the far side has like an oval portal that is opened up, and it's got some swirls and stuff in it. You're not quite sure where that goes, but that seems to be, it's pulsating as if it's actively trying to pull something.
I'm gonna take like, I don't know, a copper piece or something, and toss it on the ground right in front of it, and see if it like sucks it in.
All right. You toss the copper piece down in front of it, and after a moment, you see it get pulled almost violently through this thing. Um, and at the same time, you all feel a tremor at this point.
Okay, and Forsyth's down here with me, right?
Mhm.
All right, go tell the others we got an active portal of some sort that I'm pretty sure sucked everything out of this room already. We need to stay back from that thing until we can figure out where it goes.
I will move its speed. That
And
speed
I'm
is
gonna
90, by
stay
the way.
here and study it and
Quick.
see if I can get any indication where it might go.
Okay. Go
Like
ahead and
like see if it seems to be planar in nature or just within this plane or what.
okay. Um, Go ahead and roll me your Arcana, and you
Not a
can
great
roll it
one.
with advantage since you're going to take the time to actually like really study it.
Okay.
Um, Forsyth lets the other two of you know as you're coming downstairs what's happening.
In a hurry.
Oh, that's not bad. 19.
Okay.
Wait, 20. Sorry, 20.
Okay. As you're looking at this, you are seeing a kind of just really focusing on the magic that's involved here. You see that this is actually a short range portal. It is not extra planar. It's in this plane. It's a short range portal.
Short range as in like city distance or like 500 feet or what?
Short range, more like 500 feet.
Okay.
This is a short range portal.
I have an idea.
The the flip side of that is you feel like it's been almost hijacked. It's kind of it's a short range portal that's been it's almost like if you were going through a river and suddenly an offshoot of a river is just kind of pulls more water, like there's been an avalanche or something that most of the water is going to go that direction. It's almost like it's been hijacked that way,
Hmm.
but it does
So
not
like,
seem extraplanar.
so like it's not going where it was originally meant to go.
Correct, but it still seems short range.
Let's put TC in there.
There
If
you
it
go.
if it's short range, I should still be able to see through him
That sounds
if
like a
it's
great
that
idea.
short range.
Okay,
Well, you could also put me in there, but
We don't want to lose
that's
you.
true.
Well, we don't necessarily
And
want
there
to.
went Forsyth.
TC is replaceable.
Yeah,
Forsyth is
we don't
not.
want to risk one of us.
Everybody
yeah,
stands over an empty grave, and Forsyth, the brave soul.
but at my speed and ability to get where I'm going,
Well, unless it's going somewhere extremely dangerous.
right?
I'll pull TC out.
All right, you pull out TC. You get him wound up. You send him off. Go
I
TC.
will start
Go.
looking through his eyes. So I want to be
All
someplace
right.
safe because.
Back up the stairs a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
you sit on the bottom stair or whatever.
yeah,
All right. You send TC and you jump into his vision. As you watch, TC walks up to the portal, and as he's getting ready to go through the portal, he gets pulled in violently. You feel a rush, Evangeline, of just vision. There's just a rush. Everybody feels another tremor. And after a moment of that rush, you're standing. TC is now standing in what looks like a metal structure, very similar to what you guys have been walking through, that is a very long, continuous, curving hallway.
we found the way to get to the. I think this is going to the ring. It looks
Above us?
yes,
Oh.
but it's violent.
Is there a bunch of stuff there?
I look around. What do I see? I mean, besides, I see a very long curving hallway
Got a copper
s-
piece.
And,
and a copper
and a copper piece. You will find the copper piece, oddly enough. You look around, you see the copper piece, and you look around, you see rubble off to the side, mostly of wood, of or old organic material, some bones. You see bones, um, things of that nature. What you see, the only metal that you see is what's actually holding the ring. Um, but you see a lot of rubble of other things, not so much metal. As you kind of move TC around just a little bit, you start to hear some scratches and some scraping. Um, you hear a crunching sound at one point, and it all seems to kind of reverberate. You can't really tell how close it is, but you sense those things.
I share with everybody in real time.
So there might be something up there.
It sounds like it.
As you're watching, you see the copper piece move about a foot down the hallway.
The copper piece just moved down the hallway of its own accord. Of its own
Seemingly.
accord. What seems of its own accord.
You said we can't see or can we see the ring from here?
Not from where you're currently
Well,
at.
like if I stick my head outside, kind of thing.
If you could have stuck your head outside, sure, but there's a lot of stone and vines in the way.
Like where we came in at. Would I be able to see from there?
Prior to walking into the spire, yes, you could have seen the ring.
Evangeline, does TTC see the portal back, or is it a one-way trip?
Can I instruct TC to turn around?
He turns around. You see the portal. Roll me a strength check to TC. Just roll me your d20.
A 6.
Yeah. You get pulled a good foot away from the portal.
TC is getting pulled. He is not moving of his own accord.
That's not good.
I'll have him
Is
around again.
Have him turn back around.
Yes.
Okay, he turns back around. Everybody is going to fill another tremor.
if
think-
you
But nothing went through the portal.
Nothing went through the portal. There's nothing to pull
This
through
portal.
the portal. Yeah.
you know what?
I'm
I'm
wondering
gonna
if
go
there's
in.
more portals.
I think
Fix-
that
I'm
the
going
only
in.
way to do this is to go through.
Yep.
Yep, I just walk through. Like they're
I'm
talking about it, and I just walk through.
I'm pulling my sword and right behind him.
I'm
Yeah,
following.
Going through too, of course.
All right. All right. You all.
Buckley will too.
Buckley will too.
Told you
All
I
right.
should have first.
Hopefully it's not enough to shake
In-
that whole tower
In
down.
what order?
Well, it
Fix,
sounded like it was
you went first, right?
Vix and then
Yes.
me and then Evangeline, then Forsyth,
And Buckley.
Buckley, somewhere in there.
So Forsyth went. So Buckley went last, or Buckley went after you?
Buckley would
Buckley
have
would've
probably
followed
went
her.
with me.
Okay. All right.
And as soon as I step through, I'm stepping to the side if I can to avoid,
Yeah,
too many
same.
people going
Collisions.
down the slide at the same time.
Fix, as you go through the portal, you are wearing full plate, pretty much, and you get pulled violently through this portal. You get sucked through this portal, and as you land on the other side, you're like, that was the most violent transportation I've ever done. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Jeez.
Oh god, can I not?
Sure.
Well, sure, you can choose to fail.
Uh, we never determined, is obtanium magnetic?
It is a type of metal, whether it's magnetic or not.
Most metals can be affected by magnets, but not all.
Most can.
Right, so
And
not
some
all.
in different weird ways.
That's a 17.
17. All right. You get
That
pulled
was the nice
violent.
try to talk yourself out of having to
I
make
know,
a dex
right?
check for a 17.
I rolled that after. I just
He conceded and said, "I'm going to have to roll this anyway." All right. You get pulled through this portal, and though it was violent, you kind of, when you step out on the other side, you stutter step a couple of steps before you catch yourself. You're like, that was violent. Cadet, you're not wearing armor, are you?
I've got half plate.
Oh, you got half plate. Okay. As you step up, you are also being pulled violently through. Go ahead and roll me a dex check. Or
Ooh.
dex saving throw.
Wow, that's a really good roll for me. 19.
All right. With a 19, you get pulled through, and Fix has already taken a few steps away so as not to get bombarded from behind. He was prepared for this. And you step through, and you take a long stride. It was definitely a longer stride than you anticipated, but you managed to maintain composure. Fix was able to stutter step before anybody else saw him, and
And
I don't know
you
why
No-
you're
step up through-
stumbling there, Kadath. What are you talking about?
knowing that I was struggling, I'm going to turn around basically ready to catch whoever comes through next.
All right, Evangeline, you walk through. You're wearing leather, aren't you?
I'm wearing studded leather.
Studded leather. All right.
And I'm wearing a mantle made of nanites.
That's true. You've got your nanites
And
And
a
a
big ass
spine.
great
and a
sword.
spine and a
And a
sword.
big ass great sword hanging on me. Actually, no, the big ass great sword is in my bag of holding.
Oh, okay. Well, you get pulled Also fairly violently, more violently than you anticipate. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
And I'm there to help catch her if I can.
Dex. That is a 14.
All right, with a 14, you stumble through. Kadeth, go ahead and roll me your. I will allow you dex or strength, whichever is better for you. Probably dex.
Neither.
both
They are
about the
literally
same.
the same.
Oh,
I have a 10 for both. Okay.
okay, well,
I'm not
give it a
strong
go.
or dexterous. I'm wise and charismatic. That's a 10. Oh, well,
Okay.
11. 11
Okay,
with
with
the
an
first
11,
save, but-
you see her coming out, and she is about ready to fall on her face, and you were prepared, so you're going to be able to catch her before she falls just flat
Intelligent and
down.
charismatic.
I think we better move.
And Evangeline's like, Buckley's next.
All right. I'll get out of the way.
He is entirely made of metal.
Buckley gets pulled through rather violently. Give me a dexterity saving throw for Buckley.
15.
Okay, Buckley comes through, and he comes through barreling because he is entirely made of metal.
Slams the far wall.
So
He
this
comes
portal
through,
does not like metal.
and
Or like
he
metal
kind
too
of
much.
turns, rolls a little bit before he grabs onto the. He screeches across metal on metal and gets himself stopped and stands up. You guys had moved enough to not be barreled by Buckley. And then you see Forsyth.
Just float gently through.
Well,
Like
I
an
have no
arrow of
metal.
You're all there.
You're all there.
Everything that's metal except the tiara.
Oh, that's true. The tiara. The tiara kind of, you grab a hold of the tiara to keep it
Yeah.
from falling off.
Yeah, because it's just gonna float right through.
Now that we're through, do we still feel the pull against our armaments?
Um,
Oh, by the
You
way, I would have rolled a 21 on my dex.
nice. Um, as you kind of gather yourselves, you get yourselves stood back up, you do feel a pulsating pull on all of you. Even you, Forsyth, although it feels a lot less minor, or a lot more minor.
A lot more minor,
A
a
lot
lot
more
less
minor.
intense.
Minerer.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up TT or TC and
Mhm.
stuff him back in my pocket.
All right. At this point, the coin is probably about, I don't know, 30, 40 feet further than what you saw.
Does it feel like it's
Jeez.
pushing us or pulling us
It feels like it's pulling
away from
I am looking,
away from the portal.
even
Yeah.
with all this pull, I'm looking for any portals or windows I can look out to see where we might be.
Okay. It doesn't take long for you to find one of those circular windows that has kind of a green,
Portholes.
green hue to it. And you kind of take a look, and sure enough, you're up in that halo, and you're looking down. You can see from this. I mean, there's one on either side. You can see one that's out where you're looking out across the amorphous fields, and then there's one that's looking center, like you can go across the little hall and look at one that's going center, and you can see the spire.
Hey guys, we're inside that halo just as I thought we would be.
What's
Yeah,
this
it makes
halo
sense.
here for? It's not
It's a greeting. Halo.
halo. It's not
I
original.
don't know that we
correct?
know.
We don't yet.
We
Is that
don't
what
know.
you determined?
Yeah.
Not what?
So
We're uncertain.
let's keep moving and see if we can find out.
Does the hallway continue past the portal on the other side of the portal?
Mhm.
I'm gonna attempt to walk to the other side of the portal then.
All right.
See if the pull lightens as I go past it or anything.
You struggle a little bit to get past the portal, and you kind of work your way around the portal. Once you get to the other side of the portal, you do feel a pull coming the other direction. It's always pulling away from the portal.
Oh, well, that's
Interesting.
interesting.
So the question is it pulling away from the portal or is there something in the center pushing? Does it feel that way, like it's pulling, or does it feel like it's pushing?
It feels more like a pull.
Okay, so something's
And I wonder
outside.
if it's something pulling toward the other side of the ring. Then, like, does the pull
It's not the
feel
right
about
board.
equivalent on either side of the portal?
Yeah.
Okay, physics. You're giving me a headache, Jody.
Okay, so we're in a hallway,
Yes.
and no matter
Regular
which
hallway.
side of the portal that we just stepped through that we stand on, we are being pushed away from the portal.
You're being pulled away from the portal.
Pulled. It doesn't feel
Oh,
like the
well,
portal is pushing us away. It
right.
feels like we're being pulled to the other side. Correct?
Essentially.
How big around, or how big a, how big around or across either one was this ring?
You're guesstimating probably 100 foot in diameter.
Okay, so
And we're on the outside.
Well, you're on the ring.
On the
so
ring.
The ring itself was 100-foot diameter.
And the portal we just stepped through is in the center of the hallway.
that's about
It's in the
300
center
feet
of the hallway.
around.
Yeah.
So it's neither. It's
The hallway itself is probably 20 foot in well, if it was a complete circle, you would guess 20 foot in diameter. But you're only seeing like half of it because you're standing on the,
Well,
maybe about 3/4. You're standing on a flat spot.
as much as I hate to say it, we might as well go toward the pull and see what's there.
Go with the pull, eh?
well,
Or
which side of the
actually,
pole?
why don't we have Forsyth go because he's less affected by it?
Right.
But which
It's
side of the
his-
pole?
The original direction we were going, I guess.
Okay. No problem.
All right.
Because he's more likely to be able to get away and get back to us.
Right.
Understood.
I'll go
And
back to the other
maybe
side and rejoin them, by the way.
Okay.
maybe I'm misunderstanding how this is set up. So,
Okay, you got a ring,
well, hold up. So we're inside the ring. We're on the edge of the ring,
basically.
and then we're inside the tube,
Yeah.
and we have the portal we just came through. And is it pulling us this way and this way, or is it all around? Like if we're walking all around, is it just pushing or pulling away from the portal?
Okay. I have
Hold
a
on.
different thought. Let me tell
Hold
you
on.
my thought. That way Jody can clarify. I had the thought we came in through the portal on the side of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was the portal on the
And-
side or in the middle?
We're on the side.
Okay, the
Okay.
portal's in the
So,
middle.
but when
of
we're
it.
standing on, like, if we walk past the portal, that when we're between the two walls, we're not getting pulled to the walls. We're just getting pulled those two directions. Okay, that's where
Okay.
I was getting
So
confused there.
basically,
Yeah.
we've got the donut. We're getting pulled to the other side of the donut, but through the donut.
Through the donut. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. Break.
But this donut walls are powerful enough not to pull us through the walls.
correct.
And the whole
It is
thing's
a
made of metal,
The whole thing is made of metal.
which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, guess we see what Forsyth finds.
All right. Well, here's where we're going to go for a break. Forsyth is going to
Guys,
go ahead of the rest of the group to just kind of scout out
I'm gonna
just a bit.
actually I'm gonna go with Forsyth. As I do, I'm turning my armor into the apron.
The apron.
There
Smart
you
move.
go.
All right. So you scout a little bit ahead of the rest of the group, and this is where we're going to go to break. So we'll be back in about 10. are in the ring. We have determined that we are in the ring, the halo that is around the twisted spire, and Forsyth and Fix are headed ahead of Cadeth, Evangeline, and Buckley, as they will hopefully be less affected by this pool now that Fix has changed his armor into an apron. Does it
I
take a
am
full?
holding my. No, it's just an action.
It's an action. Okay.
I am holding my hammer, which
Okay.
I'm hardly ever doing. Like my weapon hammer, not my forging hammer.
All right.
Which I hardly ever do,
Yeah.
just to gauge the pull.
Okay. All right. All right. You begin to head along the ring with the rest of you slightly behind. You are muted, Rhonda. You need to unmute.
Sorry. Is anybody else watching the stream besides me?
No.
I look once in a
Never.
while, but
There it
not a
goes.
whole.
There is a delay.
Oh, there is a delay. Oh, it was a longer delay than she anticipated. All right.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah. All right. So you're headed that direction. Headed ahead of Cadeth, Evangeline, and Buckley. I can hear myself.
Yes.
Don't look
You
at
will
me.
not
I
be
keep
able
mine
to hear
muted.
me much longer. I'm at 10%.
Oh no! Wait,
Do you not have
10% on your
unplugged?
iPad? Get my charge cord.
Where is it?
Hang on a second.
I'll get it. Just tell me where it is. My iPad does not charge well when I'm streaming video.
Hmm.
I think your cord charge well. Well, I've had both cords plugged in, and neither one of them is. Use that one. Put it behind me. Okay. We'll see if this one helps. I usually charge mine overnight. But
All right.
we've been watching a lot of streaming today.
True. All right. So you're headed that direction. The further along you go, the stronger the pull feels for all of you. Obviously, Forsyth and Fix are going to feel it a little bit faster than Cadeth and Evangeline. But the further you go, the stronger it feels. As you move along, you continue to kind of hear this scraping and this crunching, this sound of metal on metal. And before long, you see one of these seemingly tearing up one of the floors.
Oh, well then. That looks metal.
It does. As
Okay.
you watch for a minute, it seems to be pulling apart some of the floor, but then it gets pulled slightly away from you. It'll move back and it'll go try to pull up some of the floor and then move slightly away from you. It seems to be fighting this pull as well.
But does it seem malevolent in pulling up the floor?
Oh yeah. It's gonna tear up that floor.
I'm going to move towards it and ask, what are you doing?
It does not respond to you.
Does it even notice me?
It does not seem to notice you.
I am going to literally get in its face.
Okay. As you get into its face, it stops for a moment. It attempts to grab at your tiara. Would you like to make a dexterity check?
I guess I don't have a choice. Dex check. Oh, wow. I failed that.
You do have an
1 second.
inspiration.
I do have an, and I'm going to use that. That is much better. 17.
All right, you managed
I
to
rolled a
pull
1
away. Oh yeah,
before.
that's definitely worth pulling away. Yeah, you managed to pull away just in time from it not being able to like claw off the tiara. It seems definitely drawn to the metal of the tiara.
Okay, let me check one thing here. I'm going to hit it with a whirlwind.
All right. Go ahead and everybody roll me initiatives. Forsyth, what do you, is it an attack or is it a save?
It's a save.
Okay.
Don't forget your D8. Good.
Well, that was a lousy save, regardless of what I'm adding to it.
DC 13. Savings,
Yeah.
strength saving.
Yep, doesn't matter what I add to it. I got, well, strength, I got a 7. What happens to it?
Sometimes I think the D8.
Hold on a second. Let me roll the damage.
What's that?
Okay.
What's that?
Sometimes I think the D8 makes my roll worse. It's the only bad roll I've had all night. I got a 2 on the 20-sider
Okay,
and a 4 on the D8.
first 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
14 okay, 14 bludgeoning.
It's flung up to 20 feet away. So let me roll
Okay.
a d20.
Uh,
So 14 feet away.
all right.
And that's flung, not pushed. There
All
is a
right.
difference. And let's see, in a random direction. So let me roll a d8 there to give a good random
dear
position.
me.
Okay, so
Clockwork 1, it's going to be away from you directly, like down the thing. So
yeah, this is an 8.
okay, with an 8, it's gonna hit the outer wall of the ring.
Oh, hitting an outer wall.
Mhm.
Okay, so if a thrown object strikes an object such as a wall, that's 3. That's another d6 of damage.
All right, roll that d6.
So that's a 2.
All right.
Oh wait, that's for every 10 feet it was thrown.
You threw it 17, so you
Yeah,
didn't actually hit the full 20. So
yeah.
all right. So now I need you to roll an initiative. Fix, what's your initiative?
Right.
25.
Evangeline?
14.
Kadeth, you're a 6, right?
Oh, by the way, it's also knocked prone.
Okay. I don't know if it can be prone. Let me look. Yes, it can. It can be prone. All right.
Okay.
And what is your initiative?
19.
19. All right. That brings us to the top with Fix. It is about, I'd say about 20 feet from you at the moment. It got flung by the whirlwind in front of you.
All right. Well,
Oh, I got to roll its initiative.
let's
Ooh.
do this. Okay. I'm not gonna. I don't feel I need the advantage as I'm casting Firebolt. And I
right.
rolled a nat 20.
Alrighty. What's your damage?
So 40 to start with.
Sheesh.
Try to steal my
65.
tiara.
65 total?
Yes. It is fire damage, so I'm not sure if it's even going to be effective.
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? That is effective.
All right.
surprisingly enough.
Melt that metal.
It is definitely looking hurt. It is limping with some of its appendages, and it's pulling itself back up. That brings us to Forsyth.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6
What is your D6?
for. I got a 3. That didn't regenerate.
Aw.
I'm going to move in and hit it with a couple of slam attacks.
All right. Nope. Get down.
First one is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, what is my damage for that? Slam is 2d8 plus 5. Oh, there, come on. 1, 2, there we go. That's 11 points of damage.
All right.
And the second slam is a 17 to hit.
Oh, I think Rhonda was pulling out her dice.
I needed some extra dice.
17?
Yeah,
Yeah, 17 misses.
thought it might.
Yep. 17 misses. That brings us to everybody needs to make me a strength saving throw.
Against the pull, or
Yep.
rather not?
I only got an 8.
I
Well,
got a
guess
20.
but I only have that one piece of metal.
20. Nice.
And 19.
19. 6.
18 minus 1 is 17.
17. All right. You will see this machine get pulled away from you. Well, at least away from Forsyth, because Forsyth was. Oh no, you failed yours. You failed that check. So
Yeah.
the machine that you see there, and Forsyth get pulled 5 feet further away from Evangeline and Kadeth. Fix, you also get pulled 5 feet. You just missed the saving throw. Well, you missed the saving throw
By 1.
by a few
Oh,
because you have a -1. So you also get pulled 5 feet by some unknown force at the moment.
it's affecting me even though I'm not wearing my armor?
It is at this point because you're close enough. Okay. If you take a moment to look around.
No, you don't. No, you don't feel like you need to explain. I'm just trying to
Yes.
process it. So, no,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. If you get pulled, and if you take a moment, you will see a humanoid figure in the ring. A humanoid only because it stands upright like a human, has arms, has legs, has a head, no face. But the center of its torso looks very similar to that swirling portal. And you are about 40 feet from it right now.
And we're getting
Fix and
pulled towards it.
you're getting pulled towards it. Fix and Forsyth and the creature 35 to 40 feet away from it. Evangeline, Buckley, and Kadeth, I'd say you're probably about 60 feet away from it. That brings us to Evangeline.
All right. I am going to cast a firebolt.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at the metal thing. You said it was looking pretty bad, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And that's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
18 points of fire damage.
18. Ooh. All right. You do enough to it that its little appendages and its little arms and stuff all pull in to its body, you know, much like how a spider would die or something. It pulls in everything and it just stops moving. It's not moving. That brings us to Kadeth. Oh wait, Buckley. What is Buckley doing?
Buckley will move. He will move his speed, which is 40 feet.
Okay.
Towards the other creature.
All right. It's he will be within 20 feet of it then at the end of this movement.
Okay.
Okay. Kadeth.
All right.
You're about
So,
the original creature that you saw is now not moving. It's inanimate. The other humanoid-like creature that seems to be pulling people, which you resisted, is about 60 feet from you.
okay. What is? You said it's humanoid. Is it like metallic or like flesh?
I mean, as best as you can tell, it looks metallic.
Okay. Is it saying delete? Oh.
Delete, delete.
Is it saying exterminate?
No, that's they're not humanoid.
They're not
They're trash
humanoid.
cans.
You go out on. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna send Eldritch Blasts its way because I don't really want to get close to it at the moment.
All right, send some Eldritch Blast its way.
All right. First one's an 18 to hit.
All right, 18 misses.
Okay. Second one, much better, 28 to hit.
That one hits.
Unfortunately, only 2 damage.
Okay, well, 2 is better than none.
21 to hit
21 hits.
for another 2 damage. I'm
All
rolling
right.
really great on this D10.
Yes,
And a natural 1.
and that misses.
See, all my 2 misses are the ones I rolled better than 2 damage. So,
Yeah, of course.
in fact, that one
Of
was
course.
9.
That would have been nice. All right. That one misses. Do you move toward it at all, or do you just stay put?
No, I'm gonna stay back at the moment.
Okay. That brings us to the
Well,
top with fit. What?
actually, how far away am I?
You're about 60 feet.
Okay, then yeah, I'll move to about 45 feet.
Okay. So you will be standing literally pretty much next to Forsyth and Fix at the moment.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us back to the top with Fix. You're about 40, 45 feet from him.
Speaking is a free action, so I'm going
Yes, it
to
is.
holler at it. Cease this nonsense, or we will be destroyed. And give him half a second or so to see if he's even contemplating responding.
Hard to tell. He's machine.
Okay.
There's no
Oh,
facial
he's machine.
expression.
Okay. Well, I will tell them that, and then I will cast Big Bees right next to him.
All right.
At let me decide. Let me tell you what level.
What level?
Spells. Beningabees. Yeah, I'll just do it at I'll do it at 6th level.
All right.
And it is going to clobber him.
All right. It's going to get clobbered.
22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. For 38 points of damage.
38. Big B's hand does, well, he's magical, isn't he?
Force damage.
Okay. Oh, it's force
Magical
damage.
force.
Okay.
Same
All
as the Eldritch Blasts.
All right.
Does it look effective?
It does look effective.
All right. And then with that, I'm going to move away from him.
How far?
As far as I can, because, well, I'm at 40 and, oh, let me check Bigby's hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your range for Big B's
Oh.
hand?
120 feet, so I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm at 70 feet now.
Okay.
I'm a little dwarf. I don't want to get sucked up into whatever that is.
That is. All right. That brings us to Forsyth.
Okay. Forsyth is going to roll his d6 to see if he gets his whirlwind back. Nope. So I will attack with a couple slams.
All right.
First one is a 27 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 16 points of whatever the slam damage is.
It's bludgeoning, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm sure it is. Yep, bludgeoning. Second attack is gonna be a miss. It's only 16.
Yep, that misses. All right. Brings it to his turn. I will need everybody to roll me a strength saving throw.
I'm
You
not
are
liking
with-
this. 16.
16. Forsyth.
12.
All right.
8.
All right. Evangeline
A 17,
and Buckley.
16.
Okay, everybody gets pulled 5 feet closer to him, except for Forsyth.
I'm already there.
Yep. Oh, geez. Does a 17 hit your air elemental?
Probably. Yeah, it's got a 16. Yeah.
All right. And he's also going to attempt to slam Big B's hand. Oh, that was a 20. A natural. Does that hit
Bigby's?
Yeah.
Big B's?
I believe it does. I'm checking right now.
20 should hit.
If it has a specific AC, yes. I'm just double checking. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does. On the dot.
Okay. On the dot. Great. That is 17 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Forsyth.
Let me see if if I have any resistance.
And
to
17
that.
points of bludgeoning damage to Big B's.
Oh, I have resistance to bludgeoning damage. So that's 8 points.
Okay.
Bigby's has hit points equal to mine, so he is okay.
Okay. You are 70 feet from it, right, Fix? Because you got pulled 5 feet.
No, I'm 65.
Oh, 65. I thought you went 75. Okay.
Mm.
65. Kadeth, you are now 40 feet. Forsyth, you are next to him. Evangeline, you
problem.
are 55 because you did not move forward, but you got pulled forward. And Buckley
Is 15.
is 15. Okay. All right. That makes it Evangeline's turn.
All right. I am going to. Miss.
All right. What were you doing? Shooting a crossbow?
No, shooting my doing a firebolt.
Oh, okay.
Missed. However, Buckley will step in.
Buckley's going to move up next to him.
He's going to do a force attack.
All right.
He is going to hit with a 27.
The 27. That will hit.
And
Death, you're on deck.
13 points of force damage.
All right. All right. That brings us to Kadeth.
Does it look like his force damage did full damage?
Yes, the force damage is doing full damage.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay. All right. First, I'm gonna do bonus action Hexblade's Curse,
All right.
and then I'll send some more Eldritch Blasts its way. Hopefully, hitting more for better this time. That one won't hit. That's a 14. But a 30. That's actually a crit.
Oh,
So 10, 14. That's 20 damage.
okay.
A 22,
22 hits.
10 damage,
Okay.
and a 20
20 just hits.
for 11 damage.
All right.
I forgot how much Hexblade's Curse adds. It's plus 6 damage.
He is not happy, and you see the glow on his chest start to turn a more menacing red and black swirl.
6 damage and I get 19 for crits with Hexblade's
Nice.
Curse.
That brings us to Fix.
All right. So I'm going to. I'm going to pull out, or actually, Bigsby's hand is first going to attack it.
All right.
All right. That is going to be 27. So
27 hits.
for
AC 20.
32 points of damage.
Good heavens.
And then I'm going to pull out my rod and I'm going to affix it to the floor.
I don't want to be any closer.
Yes. And I'm going to essentially put it right between me and it and kind of hold on with one arm.
Okay. All right. That works. That brings us to it. I need everybody to roll me a strength saving throw. Fix, you can do so with advantage.
I don't know that that's going to help, but
19.
hey, it did. I got what should have been a natural 20 is a 19.
Hey. Forsyth.
7.
Well, thankfully, you're right next to him. Evangeline.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
hurt
got
me.
24.
24. Okay. And
And-
Buckley.
Buckley got an 11.
Okay. Buckley is also right next to him. All right. Fix and Kadeth, you managed to stand your ground. Evangeline, you get pulled 5 feet closer.
The 24?
Oh, you got a 24? I was thinking 14. Sorry. Nope, you are good.
If a 24 don't do it, I will have a flash of genius.
I don't know why I had 14 in my head. Okay. No, you all managed to stand your ground. Buckley and Forsyth, you are right next to him, and he does not like this. The black and red glows very intently, and you're not quite sure what's going to happen there, but he is going to slam. Well, attempt to slam Forsyth. Well, 17. 17
That'll
hits you,
hit.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then a slam against Big B's hand again, which I don't think this one will hit. That's a 13.
Nope.
6.
Should have rolled that against me. Then both would have missed.
That is 20 points of bludgeoning damage to the air
So
elemental.
10 points.
Yep. Nothing to Bigby's hand because it missed the slam. And that brings us to
It's like an NBA player. It missed a slam.
Evangeline. It did. It missed the slam. How do you miss a slam?
I've seen it done.
Okay.
Like a professional golfer missing a
Okay.
2-foot putt.
At this point, I need to know exactly what you're doing because he has changed his thing.
You talking to everyone or
There
just?
it is.
Yeah. Like what are you shooting? Are you shooting another guiding bolt? Are you shooting an
Oh.
arrow? Are you shooting anything?
I am going to pull the despoiler,
Okay.
and I'm going to send a force onslaught.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That is a ranged attack.
It is.
Okay. 22 will hit. However, however, as it hits, because it does force damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
As it hits, you see it just braces itself, and everything that comes at it right into his chest, and he just takes it.
I'll put the despoiler away.
What does Buckley do?
Let me get my. He's playing from a character sheet.
You are not right next to it.
How close am I to him?
You are 55 feet away.
Okay.
But your action was the whatchamacallit, right? So now you're looking at
Right.
bonus action. I don't know why I do this. I think of the little lighter thing that Dumbledore had. I don't know why. This is my despoiler.
Okay. I'm just going to hold.
Okay. What is
I'm not gonna do a bonus action, and I'm not gonna have Buckley attack.
Okay. Buckley is not going to attack?
No.
Okay. He will need to roll me a strength saving throw, though.
Woohoo! That is a 16.
All right. With a
He
16.
He doesn't have any pluses on his strength.
26 points of force damage on Buckley as he is pulled partially into the center of this thing.
Let me give me a second.
What was Buckley's roll?
16.
Okay, so Buckley's right next to him.
Yeah, Buckley's next to him and is getting pulled into his chest a little
Hold
bit.
on a minute. I have to look it up
Okay.
on here.
Wait, what are you looking up?
Buckley. There we go.
Do you need to know his hit points or something?
That and other things. Where's my? Oh, there they are. How many hit points?
26.
So, gonna take me a second. You can go ahead now.
Okay, that brings us to
Me.
Kadeth.
No. Oh no, that was me.
All right. Since I'm seeing Buckley getting pulled in, I'm going to walk forward 10 feet or whatever,
Okay,
within 30 feet.
okay, so that's 10 feet. We'll put you in 30 feet.
Okay, and then bonus action, Relentless Hex, which lets me teleport to within 5 feet of the target.
Okay, so you're going to appear right next to him.
Well, I'm gonna appear next to him, but right next to him and Buckley,
Okay,
and attempt to pull Buckley away.
okay. Roll me a strength saving throw.
Yeah, because that's such a good thing.
I can give you something on that. I think.
As a reaction.
I think so. I have to find them.
Yeah, she's working from a printed character sheet.
And my phone, both
And
of
her
which I'm
phone.
not used to using.
Oh, I could have brought you a computer to use.
Are you thinking about your
Take it
flash
away.
of genius thing?
Yes, my flash of genius will give you an additional 5 to your roll.
Okay.
Just a straight up 5. Plus 5. Plus
Yep,
whatever
5
else you have.
Oh,
plus whatever else.
it's not 0 at least. 12.
12. You
That's
show up right
pretty
next.
good.
That's pretty
What?
good.
Yeah.
So you show up right next to him and you grab a hold of Buckley and you start to pull. It is stronger than any force you've ever felt thus far. Like you're not going to be able to pull him out.
All right. I'm gonna yell back. Try to get Big Bees to pull Buckley out of there. And I'm gonna. Well, I guess that's it.
I guess
I'm
that's it.
assuming that's my action. So.
Yep. So you are now right next to him. That brings us back to the top with Fix, who is 65 feet away.
How long does the flash of genius thing last? By the way.
Just that one, I
Just
believe.
that
Just
instant.
one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And did the reaction set on your turn reset? Or
On
at the
your
top?
On
turn.
your turn, yeah.
Yeah. At the start of your turn.
If Kadath is in front of him with where I don't know the big beast can get to him.
Well, I'm kind of next to both of them, so if Big Beast can come in from the other side, maybe.
Well, Forsyth was there as well. And
It
everyone
is,
ran to his front.
remember, it's like a 20-foot diameter circle. So there is some room to move around this creature.
Oh, I thought it was you said it was humanoid. 20-foot diameter, like that's not very
No,
No,
this,
no,
not what
no.
I was thinking.
this
creature's
creature
pretty
is humanoid. It's a medium-sized creature. The ring itself is 20-foot diameter. So there is
Right.
room to move around him.
Right, but getting Buckley, I would have to be in front of him.
That's true.
And there's Forsyth
Grab
and
me
Kadath
by
right
the
there.
butt. He's got like a 6-foot long tail.
It's true.
There
He
you
does
go.
have a
Just
tail.
grab the tail. Grab the tail and pull. So it doesn't
We
pop
don't
off.
have a picture of Buckley floating around all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a picture of him somewhere.
Let's see here.
And he's got like a 30-point rack.
Yep. Ting. So what you doing, Fix?
I am reading the abilities that Big Bees can do.
All right. Forsyth, you are on deck.
Uh-huh.
I will leave it up to you if I can attempt to do that, Jody. Like it can grapple a creature. It can push a creature. Um, those are the two that would apply as either grasping hand or forceful hand. One is grappling a creature, the other is pushing a creature.
Okay. Well, before I decide
Buckley
that,
will choose to fail that roll.
um, before I do that, can Big B's hand can be affected by like area effect things, right?
It can be affected
By anything?
by like let me see.
Because it's
Object has an AC 20 and hit points equal to your hit point maximum. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I would
it
assume that
can
it
be
could.
targeted.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I need Big B's hand to roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh, that okay. That's much easier for him than for me.
Yep. Because you're not
That's a,
next to him. Big B's hand is.
yeah. Um, that's a 24.
Okay, it is not affected. It can give me a grapple check.
Okay.
Buckley will choose to fail this, of course, because he wants not to be sucked into this hole.
That's a unnatural 20.
Okay. You are going to be able to grab a hold of Buckley with Big B's hand and pull. So it looks like you're going to be able to pull it away a little bit. You're able to counteract this basically with Big B's hand at the moment. So,
Okay.
what do you
And
do?
then what I do. Sorry, I was reading up on Biggsby's hand, so I didn't. How bad does this thing look?
Um, it's not in the best of shape. It's not on death's door. I mean, if a machine could bleed, maybe it's bleeding.
Well, this is a meh use of this spell, but I'll you do it anyways. I need a dexterity saving throw from the creature
What kind
as
of?
I cast chain lightning on it.
Okay. That is an 11.
That is a failure.
Let me see if that, because that is not a ranged attack.
Nope.
Okay, that is a failure.
All right, and it takes 62 points of damage. Lightning
Good
damage.
heavens. And chain lightning, does it automatically go forward or can you keep it from hitting other things?
It says that it leaps from the target to as many as 3. So it doesn't say it has to be 3.
Okay. All right.
Is the creature and its swirliness a separate object?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't, there's no distinction between the
okay.
two.
All right. So yeah, nope. It's just the one.
All right. Forsyth,
Yes.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Again?
Yep. This is a totally different effect.
Okay, 13.
13 misses as you get sucked partially into his chest. You can still attack. You're not like fully sucked in. You can
Right.
still attack. Oh, that's the wrong die. Wow, really? 20 points of force damage
Ouch.
as you get pulled into it partially, but
Okay.
you can still attack. You're not restrained or anything yet.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah. Okay. How far are we from killing this thing?
Oh, it's looking pretty rough after the chain lightning.
Yeah. Is it my turn then, or?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my d6 and hope. Got a 1.
Did not recharge.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do 2 slams against it.
All right.
First one is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Oops, not d6s, d8s. For 9 plus 5 is 14 points of damage, bludgeoning.
All right.
And then the second attack is a nat 20.
Oh no. You might do him
Uh,
then. We'll see.
okay, that's for 25 points of
Ooh,
bludgeoning damage.
hanging in there. It is hanging in there.
Yeah.
It is its turn as it attempts a.
It won't be hanging in there for long.
Yeah, probably not. As it attempts a slam on Kadeth, who showed up and started pulling away the thing it was eating.
Well, feel free. I've got
That's
a
a
finishing move for it.
that's a 16 to hit. I don't think that even hits
No.
you.
16.
And
My AC's never been that low.
and a slam for Big B's. Oh, which is even worse. Wow, I stopped rolling high numbers. That was an 11 to hit Big B's hand. That's just not happening. That brings us to Evangeline.
All right, I cast Witch's Bolt.
Okay.
Ooh, fun.
Can you void warp Buckley out of there?
Yeah, why don't you get Buckley out of there?
How about I cast Witch's Bolt?
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit.
That is a ranged attack. Correct?
Initially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. As you cast Witch's Bolt, even though it hits, it's sucked in by his chest. Rhonda says, she's rage quitting. I'm out of here. Buckley. Buckley needs to make a strength saving throw with advantage because Big B's is helping him. I mean, Kadeth is trying to help him, but not succeeding too well.
So 21.
Okay, he does not get sucked any further in. All right, that brings us to Evangeline. Do you want to move?
No, I'll stay where I am. What's the
So-
point in moving?
So is everything
Just
ranged?
asking.
I'm 55 feet away. I can't get.
Is everything ranged getting sucked in?
Apparently, yes.
Okay, then what I want to do won't work. Because even though I'm right there, it's technically ranged.
Let's see. Evangeline, that brings us to Kadeth.
Darn, because I was gonna finish it off.
Not with a ranged attack.
Even though I'm right there,
Still a ranged attack.
I was gonna do Finger of Death. 78 plus 30.
It'll suck it all in.
So I won't do that. Instead, I'll just chop it to pieces. Let's see. Where's my sword? There's my sword. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Jeez. First one's only a 21 to hit.
Well, that hits.
Okay.
20 is the AC.
For 21 damage.
All right.
Then another one, another 21 for 19 damage.
19. All right. How do you want to do that?
Oh, well, if I'm killing it, is it
How-
actually a humanoid or is it a machine?
It is machine. It's just in
Okay.
the shape of a humanoid.
Okay.
It's looks human in shape. If it were silhouetted, it'd look human.
So
But
no
you can
Kirk
see it.
factor.
It's a machine.
Well, then I'm like chopping right through it and sending sparks flying or whatever.
All right. You just bring down your sword, and you slice through where that void is. As you slice through it to kind of cut through where that void is, you feel a slight pull forward, and you lean into that a little bit to get all the way through, and you manage to slice him in half. And when he falls, you realize that suction, the pulling, stops immediately, and there is literally a nothing where that void, where that suction was, that portal. Now that you're looking at the two halves, he's just empty in the center.
Interesting. So, where did this thing come from?
When a mommy robot and a daddy robot.
Where did it come from? Where did it go?
Where did you
Cotton Eye
come
Joe?
from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I'm gonna inspect what's left of it. Get detect magic going.
All right. You pull up your detect magic. You see magic fading from this machine, very rapidly. This magic is conjuration and enchantment. Um, it seems not. You sense the conjuration and enchantment, but it there's something a little different about it. It's not magic you're used to in this realm. It seems extraplanar in some manner.
Hmm. Being up close to it, did I get any chance to really see anything that might indicate where anything it sucked in went?
No,
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, this was odd. Somebody put this thing here.
I'm going to release my rod and say thank you because I didn't know if I was ever going to get to use that.
There's good use for it.
It's good use.
Um, I'm gonna go and check out the robot. What kind of metal is it made out of?
All right. You take a look at it. You see that this metal is. It has that same mixture of adamantine and obtanium, but there's another metal in there that you are completely unfamiliar with throughout its circuitry and things of that nature. You are not familiar with that metal.
Hmm.
Nothing you've read about, nothing you've worked with.
Evangeline, is this Numenera?
And take a look see.
Yep.
You can roll Numenera.
So 36.
Holy crap. As you take a look at it, there is definitely Numenera properties with this. Some of this that you're seeing is definitely man-made, programmed, much like the nanites,
Uh-huh.
only on a much larger scale. You can see a little bit of this creature, how it might be able to be combined with others of its type to create something much larger. What's your passive investigation?
My passive investigation is like 27.
You have a pretty good inkling that if enough of these things got together, it could take a whole city.
Like Saji.
Possibly.
Is there a maker's mark on this?
Yeah, roll me an investigation. Evangeline, you can.
Evangeline, is there a maker's mark on this thing?
Oh, let me see. 27?
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Or if you prefer, how about a 34?
The 34, you're actively investigating. With the 34, you start digging around. You find you do find a symbol that is a swirl with stars.
Have we seen that before anywhere?
You have never seen it before
Okay.
anywhere.
Hmm.
Hey, could ask. You seen that in the history books?
I was gonna say, does that look familiar to me at all?
No, it
Or
does
I'm gonna
not.
anything
disassemble
planar
it.
related?
Roll me history.
I
Because if
heard
these are
multiple people
anything,
talking there, so I don't know what happened.
History,
34.
visual and history.
34. You've
Got
never
that
seen this
20.
particular mark before, but from what you did learn about some planar things, what information that you have received through your studies about planar things, it does remind you of astral.
Hmm.
Do you have a
So
what
this
were you looking for, Evangeline?
could be the astral
If
plane.
these things are anything like nanites, I'm going to start, which I have looked at, I'm going to start disassembling it
Okay.
because we don't want it to stay in a hunk. It might repair itself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Meteor
take a couple
nanites can
hunks
eat
myself.
it. Oh. So, and I'll tell the other that mark's not directly familiar, but it's got hints of being astral plane related. So whatever put it here or however it got here, it could be something from the astral plane.
And if it was sending things to the astral plane and
Yeah.
enough of them got together, as Evangeline learned, well, we could be
It
looking
could
at
have,
what
it
disjointed
could be
Saji.
what pulled Saji. Yeah.
And
That
yeah,
could be why it's gone, yeah. And where it's at and
but we know
maybe
it's in the astral plane.
well, yeah. I wonder if it might lead to some clues as to how to get it back then
Possibly.
for those that know how to do planar travel, like what's his name?
Our plane walker.
Yeah. I'm blanking on his name.
I'm blanking on his name too.
It starts with an M,
The
doesn't it?
plane.
I
The
have
plane
it
Maneuver,
walker.
I have
maneuvering.
it written
Maneuvering.
down, but it's
There we
at
go.
home.
Yeah, maneuvering. Maneuvering's the plane walker.
Biggs is grabbing some of the remnants to study and everything as well.
All right.
Keep them
You're
apart and
I'm gonna
figure
pulling
out this
apart.
metal.
check around the rest of this ring, and also make sure the
Okay.
portal that pulled us in here is still there.
As you check around the rest of the ring, you do notice that the portal is there and there is no pull to it.
Okay.
And it looks
Uh,
clear. It doesn't look like a swirl anymore.
Okay.
It
Gonna
looks like a
step
standard
through,
portal.
make sure it
All right.
takes us back there, basically.
You step through and you find yourself in that room with the teleportation circle.
Okay.
You have not
And-
felt a tremor in a long
no,
time.
I will jot down the symbols for the teleportation circle. So where are we at?
You are in the amorphous fields, way southeastern part of the map, by the Twisted Spire, or you're in the Twisted Spire. And you do definitely feel the shield. If you're looking out through the portals, you can, those of you who can see magic with the true sight and everything, you can see the shield present. You also see it stretching across the way, like it's stretching outward, probably toward Rarmon or toward the Iron Saint and the Iron Saint, kind of toward that direction.
That is definitely not the map of this. Okay.
Oh, do I not have it up?
No, it's currently what we were doing in Shadowrun.
Oh, okay. I will pull it up for you.
It is most certainly a house. Very modern looking.
That would be Shadowrun. That is not here. All right. There we go. Open. There you go. Now you can refresh. It should do the world.
So I didn't even have to refresh. It just
Oh,
goes.
that's good.
Okay, so we're down there in the Twisted Spire.
Yep, down here. Oh, that can be changed to.
Okay.
Green. Make it a little thicker. There you go.
Just trying to compare where I know the circles of, because since there's a permanent one here, it's easy to go elsewhere from here.
Yes, it is a teleportation circle. And now that the orrery is working, the teleportation circle has magic consistently running to it, basically. So that you guys need to decide where you're going next. But you have turned on the orrery, got the shield running, and got rid of the threat of whatever it might be that would shut it down again. Got rid of that threat. Learned some new things. Figured out possibly how Shaji disappeared to begin with. And seems like you had a rather productive day. You know what that means?
Level.
We're
You
going
can
to
go
Disneyland.
You're going to Disneyland. Level 18. I will let you guys go to level 18.
Oh God, this is
Cool.
gonna start
be
getting
dangerous.
nuts.
Yes, it is. Just wait till you run into some other things. And that is where we're going to stop for tonight. You guys have to decide where you're going to go. You have a teleportation circle at your disposal. That Kadeth can get you to any other linked or any other teleportation circle.
I'll figure out where we can go.
And
I can get
that's
us
where
home
you-
quicker than he can.
Well, we don't need to go home.
Right. Well, I can get us anywhere we've been. You can get us anywhere we're
The problem
going.
is we need to go to places that we haven't been.
oh, that you haven't been.
Right. Right. But we often
can-
need to go back.
Yeah, I think we have travel covered with Kadath's teleportation circle, your plant travel, and
And
my
your cloud.
teleportation. Yeah.
Yep.
And then my straight
cloud.
teleportation.
Yep.
And walking. We do fine walking.
You did just fine walking.
Horses, even. We can do horses.
I have short legs, so
We do
Yeah,
horses.
that's a
It's
personal
okay.
problem. That's a you problem.
Wow.
wow.
You can ride
No.
Buckley.
All right.
Ooh,
18th
I guess
level,
something
I
called
get
beast spells.
So
I get an invitation.
you guys can work
That's
on
it.
doing level 18. We're going to sign off for tonight. Remember, we are not going to be streaming next week because, again, we have more travel going on. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, please check out our website at danddadjokes.com, where you can find out where we're going to next. You can read to catch up on the story. You can just keep an eye out for our next campaign. We're gearing that up. We did a one shot on it. Well, we did basically a session 0 last week with it. Fun, exciting things that we are going to be learning and doing. So check it out and keep an eye on things. I think that's pretty much it, right? All right. Like, subscribe, share this video, get the word out there. We just like to play games and have fun, and hopefully you're enjoying it too. So let us know. And we're going to sign off. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Farewell.